My name is Chessie Missia, and this is Gymnastics in the Artificial Intelligence World. Technology today is getting more advanced every year, such that sports could be very different in 10 plus years from now. These new advances could include robot umpires in baseball or even robot referees in soccer games. I decided to use some of my personal background experience as a gymnast to make my model. Gymnastics have always had an in-person judge to score the routines based on the gymnast techniques, as well as how they perform each skill. But what if an artificial intelligence model could do a better, more precise job than a human could? The ideas presented in my model are just my conjecture, but more technical models could someday replace in-person judging at competitions. In my presentation, I will demonstrate my models via video and evaluate each model, and then as well as highlight key terms. The goal of my model is to see how well it can classify or determine the correct gymnastics handstand pose at that time. One of the models I decided to use was Pose Model in Teachable Machines, and in Teachable Machines there are many different components to them, such as the input, the outputs, and the different classes. And the input is just what is coming into the model, and in this case the input is the webcam, and the webcam just records many different examples of each pose. The output is shows what is being classified, or how does the computer interpret these different poses. And the nice thing about Teachable Machines is that you can actually change the different classes to like actual words instead of just class 1, class 2, class 3, etc. So after I recorded all my examples and trained my model, this was the outcome of my model. So it recognized the regular handstand and the stag pretty well, but it did not recognize the single stag. But I did this multiple times, so the pictures shown was the best result. The other type of model I decided to use was the pose model in Teachable Machines, but using Wekinator. And this is a little different than the previous model because you were using Wekinator to help classify the different types of handstand poses. And there are different types of models, and the one I chose was track pose, and this has the ability to send information by pinpointing different parts of the body and sending them into Wekinator. And what is neat about this model is that you can actually choose which type of body parts you want to incorporate into your model. So for my model specifically, I only chose the lower body portions. And then once you choose that, you go into Wekinator and fill out the information, which in my model I have 36 inputs, which are technically the body parts, and I have 36 inputs, 1 output with 3 classes. So each one of these classes are the different types of handstand. Now I will show you what my results were for this model. As you can see, the numbers are jumping around quite often. Overall, the Teachable Machine model was more successful than the Wekinator model because it was able to successfully identify clearly what pose I was doing at that moment. The Wekinator model probably just didn't have enough pictures or video examples to determine accurately which pose I was doing. Now you may be wondering how this all ties back to in-person judging. Last year in Germany there was a competition where the gymnastics officials wanted to use artificial intelligence as a test in place of in-person judging, and they placed numerous boxes which were equipped with 3D lasers that tracked every movement the gymnast made, and the information was sent to a specific AI model that was able to measure and analyze the different angles angles in different body positions of the gymnast as they performed a skill. And this is very technical compared to teachable machines because it accurately measures different positions, as you can see in the picture. These are all important components when judging a gymnast. Overall, this model was not perfect but somewhat difficult to make. However, this new advancement could be a game changer in the gymnastics world.